Hey there, it's Jenny, and I am back with how I planned this week in my classic size Happy Planner. Here is a look at last week, and it was spring break and all kinds of crazy. I used those gorgeous My Mind's Eye florals. I added the expander discs over the weekend, the metal rainbow expander discs, just because I really found myself kind of craving a little bit more space. I didn't need it per se. It fit fine, but I felt like it would sort of work better. So anyway, that's where we're at with that. As you can see, I have a boatload of sticky notes already put down. I'm actually going to remove 1, 2, because I'm going to be rescheduling those. I haven't done it yet though, because I keep putting it off because I hate making phone calls. Anybody else hate making phone calls, or is it just me? Okay, so anyway, I need to add all of these things. Okay, maybe I don't need to add my to-do list either, but I will add it for Monday. But anyway, so let's get started. So here we are, we've got all the things going on, and I'm going to use the sticker book from the Be Happy box. I just loved it, it's so gorgeous, and it's been a little bit since I've used it, so I'm gonna use it again. So I'll go ahead and I will take Monday out. I'm going to set the rest of the planner aside, not Monday, the first half of the week, duh. Anyway, I'm going to set the rest of it aside, but I'm going to also keep in mind like sort of what the plans are or the things going on are, just so that I can sort of plan things out and make sure that they look good. So I've already kind of gone through this and looked at what we've got here. So what that means, because that's sort of vague, is I've gone through, I've looked at what stickers there are and what I think I'm going to use this week. So I'm pretty excited about this peachy pink color. So I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick to that basic color palette, the peachy, but what I'm going to do is I'm also going to use this, because I can use it. I have a lot of sort of random stuff going on this week that I think that sidebar will be helpful. But then also I'm going to sort of just stick with the peachy color palette. So we'll see how that comes out. It's not 100% going to be the peachy color. There will be others. I will pull in some of these other colors, but not too terribly much. So I do have an activity for Monday, but nothing crazy, just one little thing. So I'm adding a little decorative element on Monday, just because it sort of makes sense to me. And it's always so nice to have that sort of anchor point for my decorations. So okay. So I'm just going to add this then right here. It's just so pretty. This sticker book was really so incredible to me. I just find it to be extraordinarily beautiful. I think I'm also going to add a flower. Ordinarily, I think I would just leave it like it is because it's, I don't want to say it's enough, but it is enough. But I just really am kind of feeling it. So I'm going to go ahead and add it because, as you know, I tend to stick to elements of 3 or 5 as opposed to, this is going to be 4. But I don't actually care because I think it's going to be really pretty despite the fact that there's only 4. So see, I think it's just a really cute little cluster and I'm cool with it. So we're going with that. Now I also need to add my to-do list and my activity. So I think that what I'm going to do is, let's look through here. I don't think there's any actual checklists in here. I think that I'm going to need to add, oh, there's this. Okay, so there's these. And I could use the navy or the aqua. So I'm going to keep my finger there so that I can come back to it if I don't find the peachy one, which is fine. Or I can stamp something too. I don't know that I'm going to get too crazy about what I'm going to do. It's just a checklist, am I right? All right, let's come back to that because I may, by the end of the week, by the time I get done doing the end of the week, I may have decided what I need to add. So, all right, I got to add the practice here. I feel like I'm going to go through this book like 67,000 times to figure out what to use. And that is not because I don't know, but what it is because of is that a lot of these things are gone already. And so I am having to kind of make it all fit, pull it all together with what's left. And so that can be a little bit of a struggle. Alrighty, so then I'll add my to-do list right here, and that should be fine because I will combine it all together, and I like that the big cluster is all right there. So now we can go ahead and add the next little bit, which is an orthodontist appointment for Tuesday and also a to-do list. So I think that I'm just going to use a bullet point for this one, which is kind of crazy. But it's all right too. Now I'm going to put this down towards the second half of the box. Oh, wait a minute. All right. I'm going to move this down here actually. There we go. See, now there's this sticky note. Can you see this? It says at the top, today's goals, and it's really actually kind of cool. So maybe, well, no, see, there's no check marks, and I think it's going to end up really kind of looking messy if I use that one instead. It's just, I feel like I'm all over the place today. I don't know why that is. I feel like I'm usually a little bit better, but whew, not working out very well for me today. All right, so my son has a baseball game, but so I'm going to put my checklist for the to-dos down here, and I'm going to list the game right there. So I'm going to, let's use this guy. I really do love how these boxes sort of overlap multiple boxes. I know it's probably not for everybody, but for me, I just love it. It sort of adds that layering effect without actually having to layer it all. I think that's super cool. All right, so like I said, I'm going to go back and add all of my to-do lists at the end when I have a better look at what's going on, because right now I don't feel like I have a very good grasp on that. I feel like I'm struggling just a little bit there, but that's all right. You know, it is what it is. Okay, so I think I'm also going to look for, see again, remember, part of this is a problem because I've used a lot of these stickers already, and so I'm really struggling with. Okay, so first of all, I just pulled out a sticker putting down practice, but he has a game there, so now he doesn't have practice. And now I've pulled out this sticker. See, I'm telling you, I'm a hot mess. That's all right. Hopefully sometimes you guys feel like messes too, so it's not just me. Okay, so I'm going to pull this out right there. I'm going to add this right here, which actually works out good because I somehow smudged something on that, and kind of the little smudge is now all covered up. So that part's great. Hopefully you all can forgive me for being kind of a mess today. I'm just, I don't know what is going on. Oh, I don't like that. Don't really like that either. There we go. That's a little bit better. Still not great, but it will be fine. Okie doke. Now for Saturday is really crazy. So I need to think about where I'm going to add another decorative element, because remember I have a decorative element here. So what I'm actually sort of thinking is that, oh my goodness, I might try to put something right here. I don't know, maybe I'll put it right here and then something else down here. So that's how I'm going to sort of mentally prepare for this, because I need to make sure that I keep room for that. So I'm going to go back through here and see if I can find a big enough sticker for the double header that is on Saturday. And then I will go back and add the other two for Saturday. All right, I've got an idea. Let's see how it works out. There are 4 baseball games on Saturday. I have 3 sons. They each have a game, and one son has 2 games. So it's needless to say, it's going to be a little bit of a mess, but we'll get there. It's of course the busiest weekend, you know, and they always are. So, all right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with finding some bullet point stickers, which I think I'm going to be able to do. I don't think that'll be a problem. And I'm going to start by sort of layering them down. Again, I'm guessing just as much as it looks like I'm guessing. So, yeah, that's all I got. Okay, now I'm going to see, I know I have a navy blue one. I'm going to see if I can find another of this coppery gold foil, and if I can't, that's okay, because I have navy and I have peach and other colors that'll work just fine. But I just want to make sure that I don't have the metallic one before I get too far down the path. And I don't think that I do. I think that I am just now with the other colors, which is fine. So we'll go ahead and we will add the peach one right here. It actually ended up just fine. Like, I was a little concerned about what that was going to end up looking like, but I'm okay with it. I think it's okay. So now I need to find another box to write an activity in, because like I said, it's crazy up in here on Saturday. And okay, so I found one, which is super exciting, because I didn't know if I would find one or not. All right, so I'm going to sort of bring this over here. I'm going to find something to cover that up in just a second, but heck, why wait just a second? I found it, so let's do it. All right. Whew, all right, got Saturday down. That's crazy. That was, I know what you're thinking, Jenny, it wasn't that crazy, but it's a lot of stuff, so. Okie doke, artichoke. I have one last thing to write down in terms of plants, and then I'm going to finish decorating, and I think we will be so good. Now, okay, so there's this really pretty peach sticker. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my X-Acto knife, you know I'm a big fan, and I'm going to trim it down because I want it to sit flush against the edge, and I'm going to do it in the sticker book so that I can still use the other half of the sticker at some point should I decide to. So you can see there's still part of that. Now, it's probably not enough for like writing stuff on, but I think it would be just fine for layering something in the future. So I'm going to put this right here because A, I'm going to put a decorative element down here, and B, I like it as sort of this part of the cluster. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to find that, remember that one little sticker I pulled up and then I didn't need it and it was crazy, and okay, it wasn't actually crazy, let's be clear. It was just a thing. Okay. I'm going to add that. Actually, nah, I'll put it right here. That's right, folks. My family's picking up a new puppy on Saturday, and I'm really pretty darn excited about it. But, all right, so what we're gonna do is now, this really pretty sticky note, I'm going to pull that out, and I'm gonna use it as a decorative element down here. So I'm going to pull it over. I'm gonna put a little adhesive on the back. And I'm going to add it right here. Now, to be perfectly honest, I have no idea what else I'm putting there, but something, I'll figure it out. I like look on the bright side, so I'm thinking about that one. Rise and Shine is pretty. It might go up here. And then once I'm finished with this, all I have to do is add my to-do lists, which, let's be clear, I'm actually no closer to deciding what to do than I was at the beginning. But it's all right. Okay, I figured it out. Look on the bright side. Coming in hot down there at the bottom. And I'm going to add a flower because they're gorgeous and I can't help myself. Now what I want to do is I want to find a flower where it's going to be facing this way. I don't know if it's possible or not, but we're going to try. Or be turned that way, if you will. Now see, all of my peach ones are not. So I think that, let's go on. There's some that are just clear as opposed to having the color on the back, and we'll see if any of those are, yeah, no, not really. Oh my goodness. Hate it when I have a vision and I cannot fulfill it. All right, I found a purpley-ish one. I'm going with that because there is some purple on the page, so it'll just kind of help tie it in, and then it fits my vision. So see what I meant? I wanted it to turn out this way instead of turning back in this way, because then if I had it turn back in this way, it would just all keep it in a line. This way it helps spread it out into Sunday, and I feel like it just looks better that way. So got that going for us. Actually, that turned out really cute. I like that, how that looks a lot. So now I'm going to go back and find that, I think it's the Rise and Shine sticker that I'm going to use for Thursday. I see it, to be clear. I actually have it right here, but I'm looking to make sure there was nothing really fast that I didn't want to do instead. Nope. Okay. So now we're going to add this Rise and Shine. It's very pretty. It's got the florals. And all right, first thing I need to do though is I need to pull this up a little bit so I can put it underneath here. And then I'm going to layer it over here. A, because I want to. B, because I want to get as much of that little watercoloriness right there. And so see right here, 3 flowers. Elements of 3 people, I'm telling you. Odd numbers are best, so if you need 5 or 7, that's cool too. But 3, it always just, it's just how it is. It looks better. Okay, so now we are at the point where I need to go back and I need to add my to-do lists. So this metallic is really difficult to match because there aren't a ton of these metallics and I don't have an ink pad that's that color. So I'm either reduced to using the peach, which I don't have, and then this kind of light purple, which I also don't have. But what I do have is I do have a sort of a navy blue ink pad. This VersaFine Deep Lagoon ends up being kind of a navy blue color. So I'm going to use my Happy Planner checklist stamp and I'm going to do that. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look and see how many of these. Okay, so I am going to use the whole thing, even though, actually maybe that's a bad choice. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I'm not going to use them all. I'm going to leave one off because it does work, but there wouldn't really be room to write with that floral there. You'll see what I'm talking about in just a second. So I've used the ink on my stamp. Firm, even pressure all over the stamp, but not pressing too hard. There. And the blue is actually super pretty and totally ties into the couple of elements of blue. And what's cool about it is that there's actually none of the navy over here, but this will bring the navy over to this page. So I'm a-okay with it. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up the whole thing this time. Although something tells me I probably won't need it. This is a lot of things, and because I try to sort of balance every day, my to-do lists, I don't usually end up with this many, but some days I do. Phone calls and whatnot. Okay, we'll add a little bit more ink. We'll go down here to the bottom. We'll add that firm, even pressure. And then we'll add one last one down here. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to bother because I'm working all day, so I won't do anything anyway. So it's probably not even worth the effort. So there you go. So that is it for me for this week. I hope you enjoyed this revisiting the Be Happy box. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll do my very best to get back to you. Thank you so much and make it a great day.